In the current search landscape, having the most optimized on-page SEO for your restaurant business is just not enough. Your off-page SEO matters just as much, if not more, especially when it comes to AI. And in this video, we're going to go through how to make a foolproof off-page SEO strategy for your restaurant business. Hey there, welcome to Keywords Everywhere. My name is Naomi Vyas. I'm a seasoned SEO specialist, and we have been covering the restaurant SEO series for quite a while now, and we are towards the end. And in this video, we're going to cover everything from citations, link building to digital PR, and also some local SEO strategies on how to make sure your off-page SEO is foolproof. Because as a business owner, I know it can be quite taxing to understand what kind of backlinks should you target, because in this day and age, there are a lot of shady services out there in terms of backlinking, and it's very important to make sure you invest your resources into the right links and also into the right practices. So what does a good off-page SEO strategy look like? Let's find out. We'll be going through some live examples, but before that, let me quickly explain what does off-page SEO entail, what are the different activities you can participate in to improve the SEO performance of your restaurant business. So we must understand there are two kinds of citations, right? Citations are essentially where your business is mentioned, and it could be in a structured format. But when it comes to unstructured citations, there isn't any formal structure. It is essentially in any format you would like. So whether it be in the content format where another website is talking about your restaurant business, or it could be in the form of a video format where I'm just explaining about your business, where it's located, or giving a review about your restaurant's recipes. But of course, that doesn't mean that you just focus on one form of citations. Make sure that you invest in both forms in a different mix. It's completely up to you. We must also remember that search engines or LLM models are really smart. So whichever external websites mention a simple thing like your address of your restaurant business or the email ID or the phone number of your business, they pick all those signals up to understand how many websites or the directories or different influencers or blog posts are talking about your business, and based on that they rank your profile on how popular it is. Because we must understand off page is essentially a popularity contest. They try to understand who is talking about your restaurant, how famous it is, or how bad it is also, like, because it takes signals that are good and bad. And I must emphasize this again, because especially when it comes to ChatGPT, Claude, or any other AI model that you look at, if you notice the sources, it just doesn't provide the source from your website, right, your restaurant business. It also provides sources that are talking about you from different other websites and platforms. We have seen in the earlier video where we spoke about AI SEO for restaurant businesses that the LLM models are picking up references from social media profiles, from YouTube, from Reddit and Quora, and so many other platforms like that. Now let's take a look at what you should keep in mind when it comes to citation. Your name, address, phone number should be consistent, not just in your own channels, but also in external channels. And we don't want the search engine or LLM models to provide the wrong information. Because imagine if your prospective customer is ringing up a number that doesn't even belong to you. You don't want that. So you have to make sure that the address, phone number, name, everything is consistent in whichever profile you're targeting. There are also Apple Maps and Bing places, especially Bing, you should not neglect, because there's a good chunk of people that are using Bing very actively. You might have already gotten a gist of why citations matter. Why do you need to put so much time and efforts into it? And that's because Google needs to verify how legitimate your business is, how accurate your location is, and how relevant you are. In a simple way to explain this, let's say you are interviewing me and I tell you how amazing I am and how I can bring you so many amazing results in SEO and increase your traffic and revenue by 50%. But then you can't really trust me, right? Because it's just my word of mouth. It's just me boasting about how amazing I am. You need to also verify it from maybe, let's say, my ex-employers or maybe my friends, my professors, etc., to say like, hey, is she legit? Like, can I trust her? Should I invest my money into her? And similarly, in terms of Google, once they verify your information from external sources, they will then rank my website or rank my business based on how relevant it is to what the customer is looking for. Back in the day when there weren't any quality checkers and people would just like randomly keyword stuff anything and Google would take that information for what it is, would work back then. But right now Google just doesn't take your word for it. They need to take what others are saying about your business, right? So A lot of mistakes that we often see, as I mentioned, is that using old phone numbers or different abbreviations, essentially if your NAP is not consistent. So if there's any changes you make in the NAP details, make sure you update it. And if you add a wrong business category, we saw this in our first case study when we were checking the on-page SEO. I think it's the second video, yeah, where basically we saw the business categories were wrong or maybe like different to the relevance of what the customer is looking for, and that caused a change in the ranking. So if you're, let's say, an Italian restaurant, make it very specific that it's an Italian restaurant, not an Indian restaurant or not just a restaurant, because that's too generic, right? As I mentioned earlier, when it comes to AI SEO, your online mentions across multiple platforms act as a major trust signal. So the more people are talking about you, mentioning your website or your business details, etc., and those signals are picked up by AI search engines, it provides a very strong and definitive signal that your website or your business can be trusted. Now let's get into the different platforms you can focus on. Let's start with ground zero, and that is a Google My Business profile. Before you go on and hop on into any other platforms and websites, make sure your own website, your own platform is correct. So not just your Google My Business, but also hop into your website and check if the NAP is consistent. And then go onto your Google My Business profile and check if your primary and secondary categories are accurate, they are relevant to your business. Check the menu links, the services that you're providing, attributes, and booking integrations. In our earlier restaurant series, we have seen this quite often where Yelp and TripAdvisor was often cited. So you must have your business listed in these popular directories, but also don't forget the niche directories that you have. Gone are the days where you can just get a backlink from a random shady website and still do better, because you must understand the more spammy, low quality links you get, like backlinks you get, the chances of you getting penalized by Google or your website facing consequences is much more higher. And we have a backlink checker where I'll be showing later on, where you can actually judge and understand if the backlinks are of good quality or not. But good quality is a major strategy that you need to keep in mind. And it's not even a strategy, it's like a non-negotiable thing that you need to make sure, because a good quality website has a lot of trust signals. So when they mention your website or your restaurant, it automatically sort of transfers that signal to your website, and it's a very good signal for, I'm saying signals a lot, but it's a very good signal for the search engines to understand that, okay, this really cool website is mentioning this restaurant, so maybe we can trust this restaurant, right? When it comes to the link building, you focus on high quality and you focus on relevance. You can't just get your website cited by a technological company. If you're a restaurant company, it doesn't make sense for a tech company to talk about you, right? It has to be something related to your niche. Like example, best restaurants in San Francisco, you should check the list and see if your business is cited. If it's not, you can reach out to the author and try to get your website cited. And of course, they do charge some amount of fees for that. So if it's within your budget, definitely go for it. If it's not, you can create your own best of list. If you have a blog page, you can do the same. Make sure you highlight your website and then you can highlight other website. But that's how you can also make sure that your name comes in if you don't want to invest in, a lot of money into other websites, because they do charge a lot for that. Also, a lot of local businesses do charity events and they get links from those websites, or any in terms of sports or festivals. I would suggest, like, if you're a restaurant business, right, like when it comes to hospitality industry, you can target them because they're also very relevant to you. So maybe let's say you provide catering to an event, or in a hotel you're providing your cuisine, right? That could also help you a lot in terms of your off-page mentions. And it doesn't just have to be like just a website link, it can also be just a video where they're talking about you, or let's say in social media you guys have collaborated and you're doing like a reel together, and just the mention as well of that, and like the mention of your business name or business details, that also is considered as an off-page activity. Digital PR is so vital as well. So you can reach out to local newspapers, influencers, blog posts, city magazine. There are so many avenues you can focus on, but digital PR is a very good investment. And supplier partner reciprocal links are great because, of course, as suppliers, they have a lot of authority within their niche, so getting a link back from them or getting any mention from them is also very vital, as I mentioned about sponsorship. But yeah, do keep in mind that wherever platform you target, you also keep in mind the budget. In the earlier slide, we have talked about websites and directories that you can focus on, but now let's talk about online platforms, because online platforms are not to be ignored, especially now with AI. We have seen in the earlier videos how often and frequently AI is mentioning YouTube videos, social media platforms, and discussion forums like Reddit and Quora. In fact, Reddit is one of the most cited platform by AI. Some of the examples I have provided down below on where you can like curate your content is behind the scenes footage, maybe some spotlights and day in the life moment of the chef. That would be very interesting. I want to know what is the day in the life of a chef. I feel like recipe tutorials personally would be so helpful and it's going to be so amazing, because I'm pretty sure there are so many people around the world that don't know how to cook and they rely on YouTube or some food blogs on the website to understand that, me including. Let's take an example of an Indian restaurant, right? I want to understand how to make poha. Like I literally was searching how to make poha today because I love poha, and you can make a quick like 1 minute video explaining how to make the best poha at home. And just by doing that, providing helpful, informative content that people can use and rely on later on would help not just your performance, but also your brand awareness. And it's a great signal also in terms of your SEO, because then those signals are being caught up in different search engines to provide to the users who are looking for that answer. I don't know why I've added so many ideas, but you guys can definitely take a look. I'm going to show you some examples in real time about what I mean, because in TikTok, I feel like personally, and I know so many of my friends as well, we often go to TikTok to find some good local restaurants here, especially restaurants that have a certain ambience that we're looking for, or food that is really underrated but really tasty. I'm just giving an example. We're going to go with the same niche that we were discussing in our earlier videos, and we're sticking to Italian restaurant in San Francisco. And let's see the signals for a couple of these websites, right? Let's check what kind of backlinks do they get. So when you take the website of Bottega and just add it into backlink checker over here, and you check their backlinks, so we can see the source URL over here, the domain authority. Domain authority is essentially the higher the domain authority, the better quality it is. So anything above, I would say, in my preference, like about 70 is really good. Like the best quality is of course about 80 to 90. Anything below 50 is okay, but below 30 is just, do not get your hands into that. But we can see over here some mission local. Well, actually, it is just a local blog. Mission local news for global city. So this is, they have targeted over here a local news article, which is great. And they also have good domain authority. Their spam score, check the spam score, because spam score will give you a very good idea of what kind of quality of the website it is. So let's check the second one that they're getting. This looks like a directory because they have like structured data over here. Again, directory is easy way to get like good backlinks at like a very short amount of effort. It's mostly free and they already have established domain authority. 48 Hills, I think I've, oh, this is also another San Francisco news and culture website, which is a very good choice. And they also have good amount of backlink. We're not going to invest much time below, because most of the ones over here are either like local directories. And also make sure you keep in mind the anchor text. It shouldn't be something that is not relevant to your business. I think the best anchor links example would be, first of all, your brand mentions. On brand keywords would be the best Italian restaurant in San Francisco, because that is also communicating to Google or the other LLMs that, you know, this website is eligible for this certain keyword. Another very interesting search behavior when it comes to Gen Zs or the younger audience is that, as you know, there is a funnel, right? The top of the funnel where there's awareness. A lot of Gen Zs go to TikTok as a search engine to get awareness on different platforms before actually making a purchase by going to Google or any other search engine. TikTok is one of the most preferred search engines for Gen Zs to understand how other reviews, because they check the comments, they check what people are talking about a certain business, or whatever they want to, whatever decision they're going to take in terms of their purchase. They first hop into different social media platforms to see what people are talking about, and based on the credibility of that business, they then make the purchase. So that's why don't sleep on TikTok. I feel like there's so much potential in terms of that. Let's check some of the restaurants that are getting mentioned over here. So I've just put in restaurant San Francisco. I feel like I should put specifically Italian restaurant. My spelling is so bad. Italian. Okay, let's go with this. I'm sorry, I'm neurodivergent. I tend to make really bad spelling errors. But okay, let's see what are the Italian restaurants getting mentioned, and the ones that we saw, are they getting mentioned or not? So this is basically maybe local influencer called Belly Eats who goes to different restaurants. As we saw in the listings right over here, Cotogna is one of the most preferred Italian restaurants to be like ranked in and also cited on different LLMs. And we have the first result that we see is talking about them. And these are the, in terms of the citations, right? They have mentioned the business name. They have also had some, they also have important keywords like one of the best Italian restaurants or top rated Italian restaurants, which is a great signal. And there are people talking about the business over here. Let's Also, another signal is what people are talking about in the comment section, because, of course, reviews are very important, but also the more discussions people are having within that specific topic. And people are talking about a website over here like Kotongna was so good, etc. And I mean, this is just six comments, but even this is a very important signal where the search engines can also understand that people are wrapping up this website or this business. First of all, I'm already starving seeing this. Secondly, as you can see so far from the top content that we got on this specific keyword, it is mostly local influencers that are, uh, getting mentioned over here in the first results or the starting results. And the reason is that TikTok is a very trend influencer driven platform. So, of course, you can make content about different topics and different recipes within your own platform, but also do invest in these local influencers. And I know that there are so many barter systems where you can just give them a free meal, and in return they talk about your website. There are so many ways where you can come to a point where you don't need to invest a lot, but you still get mentioned in different social media platforms. So yeah, that was very interesting. So that was just a quick gist about off-page activities. I think this is a great way to start your off-page if you're looking to start into it. And we have provided some amazing ways you can do that in. Do check out Backlink Checker, it's free. You can easily check your competitors or your score and different backlinks by using that. And secondly, do just do a random research, right? Like in your local area, which business and restaurants are getting talked about quite often, what kind of local influencers you want to target, what kind of local news outlets you want to look at publishing your restaurant news in, right? So definitely look into all of those aspects, because off page is a very broad umbrella. There are a crazy amount of things you can do within it. So but anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate you being here, and we have one last video left to talk about the reviews and how to get more reviews and how to optimize for reviews in the next video. But subscribe, like, and share this if you found it helpful. If you have any questions or doubts, do let us know in the comments down below, or you can contact me. And thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.